All right. Good morning, everyone. We'll go ahead and call the Leitchfield Tourism and Convention Commission meeting to order this morning. Thank you for being with us. Looks like we have Ashton Watkins with us from Alice Theater. If she'd like to say a word, the floor is yours. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you all so much for having me. Yes. For those of you all that don't know me, I'm Ashton Watkins. My parents, Mandy and Robert McKenzie, are the ones that restored the old Nichols building. I started working for them a little after they were here for the last commission meeting last year. I know that they spoke in front of you about our mission and what they hoped to see in this last year. But first, I just wanted to say thank you to each and every one of you all, because I've seen your faces at events. I know the support, even outside of the Leitchfield Commission, just your personal support and everything. Seriously, thank you. Thank you, everyone, so much. This first year has been better than we could have expected. You know, they stood in front of you last year, and the mission was to bring the community together, and we were able to do that with the help of your all's grant. We had 16 sponsored events, which is great. We averaged a little over 1,000 people at those events, which sounds really good, and it is good. We're thankful for it, but that is really only about 70 people an event, and we can hold 140. So there's room to grow. I just don't want to stand in front of here and say that we didn't have a great year, because we did, but there's still things that we want to have happen. We want to bring more people in, which goes hand in hand with the hotel above. We had 575 reservations as of today. So those are all out-of-town tourists that needed a place to stay in Leitchfield. And whenever they stay at the hotel, because of the grant, we're able to give them tickets to events. So these are different people that never would have known about entertainment or things going on in Leitchfield. I would love to share our guest books with you sometime, just to hear from the people that have come in and said, like, wow, I thought I was in New York City, or especially during Christmas, they're like, wow, I thought I was at a Hallmark movie. So really, the things that you all have been able to help us with the grant have been phenomenal. If it wasn't for the grant, we just wouldn't be able to have the scale of entertainment that we have. We can only hold 140 people. And in Leitchfield, you just can't sell tickets for more than what we're willing to sell, especially because I personally am really big on family events, and I never want to price those tickets higher than what a mom can afford to bring her 2, 3, 4 kids. Yeah. So that's just something we have to be really mindful, especially in the demographic that we have in town. But that's something that your grant has been able to help us. We've been able to bring in people, comedians from California, musicians from Nashville. We've been able to do things a lot bigger than just Leitchfield. And that's why it's so exciting on the tourism side of it, is because we have a group from Rough River Lake that comes to almost every single event and buys that VIP table. Sure. We have people from Indiana, Illinois, Tennessee is huge, Louisville, just everywhere in Kentucky, but even the different states that I've heard of, because they'll see those names they're familiar with. Just like we had this huge Bluey event, for example, and I thought, I would see a lot of Grayson County people, and I did, but I was able to look around, and I'd go up to families, and I'd be like, how did you all hear about us? And they would say, your Facebook, your advertisements. So that's another thing, is the grant has been able to help us with advertisements, and I'm so, so thankful for that, because, word of mouth is amazing, but we want to be able to get that out there. And I always try to, thank the tourism and put your all's logo on there. And I'm continuing to get better at that, because you all definitely need more recognition than what we've even been able to done, because I'm not just saying it, but we would not have been able to have a successful year without it. So I just wanted to thank you guys so much and let you know that I think we're going to continue to grow, and it's going to continue to be great. Hopefully I can stand in front of you next year with help from you all again, and just thank you and show double the support, double the growth that we've been able to have. But yes, seriously, thank you so much. Do y'all have any questions for me?
You're doing a great job.
Yes.
Yes,
I can say I've been working with Ashton since the beginning of the year, and the submissions of the grants, she's just very organized. Communication is great, and I appreciate that on my end.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, we're happy using the money wisely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Part of
we
it.
try to. Absolutely.
Keep up the good work.
Yeah. We appreciate everything you do.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Thank
Absolutely,
you.
yes.
Yeah. People, I guess, don't realize that it's just a family business, too. I mean, it might seem big, but it's really just me, my parents, and we have one staff member, which we're very thankful for, Yuri, that does our sound. But like I said, we just continue to hopefully grow, and it's a passion project for me. So thank you all so much.
Okay, thank
I'm
you.
anxious to see what's yet to come.
Yeah. And we're always open to feedback, and we want to hear from the community on what they want as well.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Awesome. Thank y'all so much.
Have a great day.
Thank you, Ashton.
All right. We'll move on to the minutes Elsa sent out last week. You should have had a chance to review those by now. Are there any questions on the minutes? None. We'll take a motion to approve the minutes. Joyce with first, Anthony with second. All in favor, sign of aye.
Aye.
All right, so moved. On to the financials. Also got these last week, so you've had a chance to look over them. Any things stick out to anybody on there? No? We need a motion to approve the financials.
So move.
Linda with first,
Second.
Angie second. All in favor with sign of aye.
Aye.
All right, so moved. Moving right along, the old business.
Okay, on budget, immediately following this meeting, we'll have a small review with a couple commissioners. Shouldn't take long. Then we will meet with Sabrina in the coming weeks, and hopefully at the next meeting, have a budget for you guys to approve.
It's that time of year, isn't it? Okay,
Retail coach, Caleb Wilson, who's a representative of Retail Coach, will be in the area on April 17th, just to take a fresh look at the area and discuss any potential opportunities.
again, when is our contract up with them? June? July?
It would, if we did not want to do it next fiscal year, it would start July 1.
Okay.
But it was weird how they pay. They let us have a couple months for free, so I would say June. Yeah. Yeah, they'll complete us through this fiscal year.
Okay. That's what I was getting at.
So Tammy is out of town, but she does have her notes on the back. I've spoken with her. They needed some window clings for the Litchfield Aquatic Center because the sun really comes in there and it will just blind you in the main office. Those were under $400, and she does have that in her budget. So I told her to go on and order those, but I did want to let you know and
Sure.
reflect that in the minutes.
Anything of any significance? Is anyone else on there, on Tammy's notes?
Yeah.
Okay.
Ryan, do you have any updates for the rec center?
I actually missed the meeting last week. I got busy. Mayor, we had another conference call with like a kickoff on the feasibility study. They just basically shared contacts and kind of laid out the groundwork for the timeline, right? The way I understood it. And I don't remember the exact day, 15 weeks or so they thought before the study was in hand, maybe? Yeah. Okay. So it's underway, or soon will be, so that's good news.
Okay. Sounds of Small Town America was at the Alice Theater, and that I was so impressed with that. We were able to do interviews the Friday evening before, and then I went up Saturday morning. They had contestants from Indiana, Nashville, and Georgia, and then from Kentucky, the contestants were from London, Campbellsville, Owensboro, Shepherdsville, Russell Springs, Louisville, and then some from Grayson County.
Wow.
Wow, good.
Yeah.
So how
it
many
was-
people were just in attendance in general?
I'm not sure how many
Who knows?
filled because they were
And-
coming and going
yeah.
throughout the day. There were 13 total contestants, and of course, they would have,
Sure.
people with them.
That's great.
They had the concert that night that I think went over very, very
Mm-hmm.
well, and then they announced the winners. All 13 contestants actually got to move on because they were so good.
Oh,
Wow.
that's good.
And I think that was an unheard of situation for
Mm-hmm.
this contest.
So if I understand that right, and then they go to the Opry for the finale, or is there more stages? Okay.
Well, they'll have another contest in another state
Okay.
and get their contestants, and then they'll have the
Have a big,
overall.
yeah.
So these will compete in another state, right?
They'll compete in like the
Against
grand
another-
finale.
okay.
And then the
Okay.
winner will get to perform at the Grand Ole Opry.
Good.
Neat.
Yeah, I was very pleased with that.
Good.
Each of you should have a copy of the tourism magazine that we discussed.
Looks great.
It does.
Um,
I
Looks
was gonna
good.
say.
Yeah, we
Sure
had
does.
to take bids on that because we will get half back, half reimbursed from the state matching grant. KM Printing, which is local, came in as the lowest bid, and that was at $3,900. And she is in the process, I just had her cut out enough so that you guys could visually see it, but we should have them all in hand in the next couple weeks.
That's great. And everything's relevant to what the target audience, so which was
Yes, and
good.
we're not printing a mass amount, we're doing like 1,500 at a time because there's constantly changes.
You know,
And it can
these,
be updated.
these books are really nice when we're working like the fair and these trade shows. You don't have to worry about all these different brochures and stuff.
Yes.
It's all right here in this book.
It's handy. Looks
Absolutely.
good. Good work.
Thank you.
You're welcome. We're still taking local matching grants, and we'll take those until May 1st. So any organization that's having an
That's
event
really
in
good.
city limits
Yep.
that would meet the guidelines is welcome to apply for that.
Looks really good, Elsa.
I don't have any other old business. Does anyone?
Any other old business? If not, we'll move on to new business.
Okay, City of Litchfield will have their Road to Cleanup Day on April 5th, and that's from 8 to noon. You would just meet at the transfer station, and I think you need to let Heather know in advance so she can be prepared. The
Okay.
annual Memorial Day ceremony will be May 24th. This year's keynote speaker will be Kathy Mullins, and she was the president of the Kentucky chapter of the American Gold Star Mothers. I think she'll be a really good speaker that will be relevant to the day. Of course, we always need volunteers to meet at the old fire station on South Main to carry those placards. So if you can or can help recruit people, that would be great.
Okay.
Good news, fireworks, we will be able to keep it in the same general location.
Oh, good.
Good.
If for some reason we have to move it away from the water tower more, Tommy Higdon has agreed to let us use his land if the city does a little bit of prep in the area.
Good.
Okay, good.
Okay. You have a flyer for an event called Saddle and Sip, the Kentucky Experience. And that is a collaboration with the Grayson County Chamber and Steak and Stone, and it's a derby event. I don't think the date is on your flyer, but that will be April 26th. It starts at 5 p.m. This is open to chamber members only. There is a limited amount of tickets that will be sold. I think it's 115, and it's $100 per ticket.
26.
Yeah. So
Very
if you're
cool looking event.
interested in going to
Yeah.
that, it looks like it's going to be some really good food. It's a 6-course meal.
Neat.
Okay, for other, and this could be something, if you don't want to start immediately, that we could put in our proposed budget for '26. Pat Willis did get with me last week, and he has a location that he has an open billboard space. It's on Millerstown Road and Wax Road. So he said it would be the perfect location to hit no-lin traffic. It's $2,400 for an annual contract, which is more than we pay for the other billboards. But his is 10 by 20, it's lit, and he supplies the new banner. We give him the design. He prints and installs the new banner every year, which I think
So
is a
that
very good.
2,400 includes the actual
Yeah.
sign, okay.
And it's being lighted, I think that's
That's good,
a
isn't it?
plus, yeah.
Yeah.
Right,
And
I
it's
think so
already
too.
built. We don't have to do anything with that.
Where'd you say it was? Millerstown Road and Wax Road?
Something.
It's Millerstown Road and
224
Wax
runs
Road.
into,
Oh,
comes into Wax there.
Okay.
do you want to see this?
Yeah, if you got it.
Maybe it'll be more to you. He gave me more specifics. on
Isn't that your neck of the woods?
It's a little past my neck.
Okay, yeah. Anybody else need to see that?
Yeah.
So do we need a motion on that, I guess, if we
If we,
have to amend it, or do we have room in our budget? Do you know? Somewhere? Special projects or something?
So when would this, if we do this, also when would this go up?
If we wanted
think we
it
needed
to
it by
take effect
summer.
next fiscal year, we
Okay.
wouldn't pay him and get started till July. My concern is if he has someone else who wants to do it April, May, and June.
And really, we need it up for lake traffic.
Yeah,
Right. So I think it would be smart if you want it to go on and make the motion today,
Okay.
but then we include it in the budget for next fiscal year, so we'll pay it again this time next year.
right.
Yeah, I think it's good.
All right, any discussion on that topic? If not, we'll take a motion.
I'll make a motion.
Angie makes a motion, $2,400. Joyce seconds. All in favor with the sign of aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, so moved.
Okay. Does anyone have any additional new business?
No, I don't.
No? If not, we'll take a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Lyndall, Anthony, thank you all very much.